बाबा के चरणों में मेरा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम और आप सबको साई। So today I'm going to tell you how Swami cured me of my karma, of something which was physically probably not okay with me, and he fulfilled my my longing to have a child. So after we got married in 2002, I think in 2003, maybe after a year, Swami came in my dream, and that time we were wanting to have a child. I was really wanting to have a child. So he came in my dream, and I said, Swami, can I have a baby? So he tells me, very clearly, he tells me, you know, you have been cursed, and the dream is over. And I was very disappointed in the dream. When I woke up, I was very disappointed. And I was asking Swami, what is this curse? And how can I get rid of this curse? And I knew Swami has said that you've been cursed, and if he has not, decided that I should have a child, nothing else can, get a baby in my hands, in my arms. So I think all the mothers and all my sisters, they will agree that there's a longing in every woman to have a child. And then we started showing ourselves, I started showing myself to the best of doctors, going through a number of tests. I even showed myself to one doctor who's a Padma Shri, and he just treats, very like film industry people and all. But nothing helped. Everybody put me on medications for months together, but nothing helped. And I knew that till the time Swami blesses me, or he wills that I should have a child, I will not have a baby. But I never stopped, praying to Swami. Every day I would pray. Day and night I would tell him, Swami, please give me a child. Please give me a child. And it was coming from the deepest region in my heart. I really wanted it. So we used to visit Parthi every year. Every year I used to tell him that. 5 years passed like this. So 5 years or 6 years passed like this. And then April 2008, I went to Puttaparthi. I had already shown myself to 5, 6 doctors. Everybody had worked on me, and they were trying to find out what the problem was. And my auntie is a gynecologist there, from auntie, which most of you know, who most of you know. So I would take the reports there. She would also look at the reports. So April 2008, when I went, she saw all my reports. She said everything is fine. I don't know why this doctor has given you medication, which the diabetes patients also have this medicine. Anyway, so one of the darshans, after maybe the second day or the third day, after darshans, I saw Swami's car outside his residence, and I knew he was going to come out in his car. So I just went down. Dr. Prabha's house is just opposite Swami's house, as most of you know. And I just ran down. I stood there, and I had good darshans of Swami. Then I ran to that Hanuman gate from where the car goes out. And there also I had very good darshans of Swami. And once the car went out, then I think they blocked the way. And then I ran all the way back to the Ganesha gate, and I went and stood outside somewhere, just out. I passed the boys' hostel, and there I found a narrow road, because I knew Swami would come back. And then, if the road is narrow and if I'm standing by the roadside, then I can get good darshans of Swami. I think he had gone to Gokulam because some construction work was going on over there. So I was waiting there, and then after some time, then we get to know when Swami's car is coming, and there was no rush. Maybe just one student was standing with me, and he knew that Swami is going to come. They were all on the phone with each other, and he knew. He says, "Sister, Swami is going to come." So I also just took my position, And then I saw Swami's car coming, and when the car just came in front of me, he just looked at me very strongly, and I bowed down to him, and uh, I said, Swami, I love you. And he heard it, and then the car was so slow. I started walking along with the car, and I'm looking in the front to walk. I mean to see the path, and then I'm turning my head, and he's still looking at me. And I'm walking, then turning my head, and he's still looking at me. So it was like a dream for me, because you know how Swami ignores, and maybe so many of our visits he had just ignored me, and now here he was just looking, and I I could not register that this is happening. So then the car became a little it speeded up a little bit, and then I couldn't really walk with the car so much because I had to see who is in front of me and all. Till now there was not much rush on the roads, but only these boys holding a rope along with the car, and so that the people, they don't go that side of the rope and disturb Swami. So he was looking, so I rushed a bit ahead, and I again stood. Before the car reaches there, I stood at a point looking at Swami, and he was still looking at me. And this happened again maybe 2 times. So I felt that day Swami has come out for everybody, but that day he was blessing me specially. And then then what happened, the rush started gathering over there. People started gathering. So then I thought, maybe now there are a lot of people and Swami will not be able to see me. I again ran ahead. There were auto rickshaws, so I just went inside the auto, because there was a lot of rush, and the auto rickshaws also standing in one line without the drivers. They were just parked there. So when there was no place to walk, I would hop inside the rickshaw, hop out, hop inside 2-3 rickshaws, and then again stand before the car was supposed to reach that point. And between those people, those crowd of maybe 12, 13, 15 people, I was just popping my head, and Swami was still looking at me. So this happened like 6-7 times. I found that his eyes and my eyes met, and and such love, not loving, he was not even stern, he was not even loving, but he was just looking at me. There was nothing that he was trying to convey, but just blessings. Sometimes Swami looks at you and you get something in your head, or you get something in your heart, that okay, he's trying to tell me this. But there was nothing. It was just we were looking at each other. Swami was blessing me with his looks, and then I kept following him till again he goes back the same gate. So uh, that was my first darshan, and I went back and I told Prabha auntie that I had the best darshans and all. So that night I had a dream. I'm standing on a flight of steps, and I've climbed. I'm on like the 17th, 20th step, and it's a huge flight. It's a very wide flight of steps, like you have these old libraries and all, na? So I'm standing there, and Swami's car comes. It's a silver car, and Swami is sitting on the left side. The steps are also on the left side, and I'm on top. I'm midway somewhere, like 20. If there's a flight of 50 steps, I'm maybe on the 20th step. And my hair, I've got curly hair, so my hair are open. And he's sitting behind on the back seat, and he first signals me to tie my hair. So I don't have a rubber band or anything, so I just put it like this, and I pulled them on one side. So from that day onwards, I try to keep my hair tied, because Swami told me to keep my hair tied. Then I come down, and then I give him a letter. So he's sitting behind, and I think the first door, it's open, and from there I put my hand and I hand him over the letter at the back seat, and I say, Swami, if you will, and if it is your wish, can I have a baby? And at that moment, it is not as if a desire which I was giving him. I did not have that very, like a sad desire, or I did not have so much feeling, but I still wanted. But I kind of left it to Swami, and I said, if you will, and if it is your wish, can I have a baby? And he took my letter, and then I saw a man all this while, a figure, like it was much taller than Swami, and it was all black. It had no features, no. It had a face and it had a human kind of a body. It was not a shadow, but something between a shadow and a normal body. It was all black, and I think it was male. It was not a female shadow. So that shadow was sitting on the other side, on the back seat only, along with Swami. So I'm trying to understand who is this, but the dream ends over there. And when I wake up, this was in Puttaparthi only. I'm having this dream, and when I wake up, I know that my prayer has gone to Swami. Swami has taken my prayer. Now he will decide what he has to do with it. But मैंने तो अपनी वहाँ पे prayer पहुँचा दी है बाबा के पास. So, but I was also trying to interpret who is this man in black, what is that black shadow. Anyway, then auntie took me to next morning. Auntie said, you come with me to the general hospital, and she said, we'll do some tests again on you. And she took me for the ultrasound. When she took me for that ultrasound, that person, he just saw the first second, he said, ये तो intervexed uterus है. The first second he saw, he said, ये तो intervexed uterus है. Now, I had been visiting doctors. Nobody did my ultrasound. Nobody knew what nobody knew what the problem was. This man, in a split second, he told me intervexed uterus hai. So I didn't know. So auntie said, it's nothing. Basically, the uterus is not aligned properly. That is why probably we have this problem. So we'll just get it corrected. 3 months you have to exercise and it will get corrected. I said, okay. So lot of things were happening. I never assumed that, okay, this is the problem and this is how it is going to get sorted. So again we went back and I'm telling auntie के auntie ये कार दर्शंस बाबा के बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. बाबा जब next time जाएंगे ना, we both will go. That night again I have a dream, and no, not that night. Next day again, Prabha auntie and me, we know Swami has gone out again in the car. Maybe I'm just forgetting the sequence. The dream came, or this car darshan, the second car darshan happened. But this all happened. So second day also, Swami, same point we stood. I said, auntie, यहाँ पे दर्शन बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. रोड नैरो हो जाती है, थोड़ा सा टर्न है, बाबा की कार भी स्लो होती है. He first looked at auntie, and auntie also did namaskar, and then he looked at me, and I also did namaskar, and again the same way I started following Swami's car. So like previous day he had given me like 6-7 times he was continuously looking, but this time 2 to 3 times he looked, and I was little disappointed that कि कल तो बहुत अच्छे से देखा था. Actually we are never happy. Even one drishti of his is more than enough. So anyway, उस दिन भी बाबा ने bless किया, and again that night I had a dream that I saw a plane which had crashed, and there are a lot of people lying in pain. It's like a jungle and a lot of people lying in pain, and Prabha auntie also comes. So since I was with Prabha auntie, I thought I'm having this dream. So Prabha auntie is looking after those patients, and suddenly Prabha auntie changes to Swami. So all these patients lying on the ground in the jungle, on mud, on leaves and this and that, and they are bleeding and all, and Prabha auntie is looking after them, and suddenly I see Prabha auntie change into Swami, and the dream is over. Okay, so next day is my day to go back to Bombay. So in the morning before darshan, auntie is telling me, actually you will not wait for 3 months for exercises. You come to the general hospital, I will just quickly do the correction there only. I said, auntie, I'm not coming. I'm very, even auntie is very stubborn and even I'm very stubborn. And she is going on telling me, you come. I said, auntie मैं जा ही नहीं सकती, आप मुझे वो एक्सरसाइज वगैरह बता दो, वो मैं बॉम्बे में कर लूंगी. तो कहती बेटी रानी, शी कॉल्स एवरीबडी रानी, 1 मिनट की बात है, तू चल तू चल. और एकदम से दैट ड्रीम केम टू माई माइंड के स्वामी, प्रभा आंटी चेंजिंग टू स्वामी, यू नो. सो जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ड्रीम मैंने ऐसे आंटी को बोला कि मैंने रात को ये ड्रीम देखा, इस वजह से मैं आपके साथ जा रही हूँ, मेरा बिल्कुल मन नहीं है आपके साथ जाने का. सो एनीवे, आफ्टर मॉर्निंग दर्शन वी वेंट टू द जनरल हॉस्पिटल. इट वाज, आई वुड से, maximum 3 minute procedure which he did on me. 2 to 3 minutes procedure which he did on me. And then I was good to go to Bangalore. I left, or I was just thinking, and my legs were aching after running after Swami's car, but I was very, very, very happy. I was very happy, and I knew my prayer had reached Swami because he took my letter in the dream. So then came to Bombay. It was April, June, April, May he must have come in my dream. May or June he must have come in my dream. We are in Puttaparthi. Both Swami is walking on that road in front of Ganesha gate, and he is bare feet. I am wearing a chappal, so I see he is bare feet. I said, Swami आप चप्पल पहनोगे? कहते नहीं, मुझे नहीं पहननी. तो मैंने कहा बाबा बेबी का क्या हो रहा है? Like that I'm asking him. So he said बस आने ही वाला है. तो मैंने कहा अच्छा. कहते एक उसको दरबार साहब लेके जाना, एक उसको यू टर्न लेना जरूर सिखाना, और तीसरी चीज उन्होंने बोली अगर वो यहाँ पे पढ़ना चाहे, ही गेव मी द नेम ऑफ दैट इंस्टीट्यूट, तो उसको पढ़ने देना. तो ऐसे ओके स्वामी. तो ही सेड क्या बोला मैंने, तुम्हें पता है दरबार साहब क्या है, कहाँ है? मैंने कहा बाबा गोल्डन टेम्पल. कहते हाँ. कहते और यू टर्न. तो वहां पे एक ऐसे छोटी सी वुडन स्टिक सी पड़ी थी, लाइक ट्विग, स्मॉल स्टिक, यू नो. तो मैं उनको मिट्टी में ड्रॉ करके बताती हूँ कि बाबा जैसे ये फुटपाथ है ना, तो यहाँ से जैसे यू टर्न लेते हैं, इसी को बोल रहे हो ना आप यू टर्न? कहते हैं हाँ. और एक तीसरी चीज वो फिर से रिपीट करते हैं, लाइक ही मेड मी रिमेंबर दीज 3 थिंग्स एंड देन द ड्रीम इज ओवर. तो मैं बड़ी पॉजिटिव के बाबा ने बोला बस अभी आने ही वाला. एंड June I must have conceived, and July the doctors told me that you're expecting a child. So it's only Swami's grace. I don't even know how to express it. I don't even know how to express that what he can do for us. And later I realized that black person sitting along with him was that curse he was talking about. You are cursed. And he took away that curse from me. And in all this, during all these years, there was another dream which I'll talk about later, which also came. And he took away that curse from me. He got my problem solved like this in a second. But first he made me go through all that. Maybe I didn't have faith. There were many phases when I was praying for a child. 6 years was a long time. I would cry in front of Swami, and sometimes once I told him actually कि Swami बस अब बहुत हो गया, अब मैं आपसे बात नहीं करूँगी, अब हमारा डन है, मतलब अब मेरे को आप में बिलीव ही नहीं करना, and I will stop talking to you. And 2 days, we are in the habit of talking to Swami always. I think 1.5 days only. Every time he would come in my thought and I would tell him, sorry, I am not talking to you. That I would not look at his picture also. But at the end of the second day, I cried. I said, Swami, even that's foolish of me, that because you are not fulfilling this desire of mine, I don't want to talk to you. I can live without everything, but I cannot live without talking to you. So he makes us go through that phase. Maybe he has to give us more faith. And he has to do something inside of us. When he's telling me that you are cursed, I have to think, why could anybody curse me? There must be something wrong with me, So he makes you go through all that learning process, and then he will give you. If you want something, and if you believe that he can give it to you, and he will give it to you. And many people say, okay, surrender to him. But I believe in asking from him, because I believe if he sent me to this world, then I need to. He has sent me with a set of desires, and if those desires are good and if those are valid, if those desires are also dear to him as they are dear to me, I can ask from him, and he will always keep giving. And then I was thinking of some lines to end this whole talk. So I just heard a bhajan today, so I just noted down these lines. I'll just recite them here. One second. तेरे दरबार आला की निराली शान वो देखी, सखावत खुद तेरी गलियों में चक्कर काटती देखी, बसारा जिसने भी दामन तेरे दरबार आला में, तुझे देते नहीं देखा मगर झोली भरी देखी। जय साईं।